Welcome back to this pick.
Welcome back to the show, you guys.
It's going to be a preview of the Chargers and the Ravens. Ravens are favored by 2.5. I got the Chargers winning this one. Keys of victory for the Chargers is they got to be gap disciplined. They cannot let Action Jackson in this running game eat them alive. Mm-hmm. They got to force him to throw the ball and make mistakes. On offense for the Chargers is Phil Rivers cannot have a terrible game like he did against the Ravens. That last time, he cannot throw stupid interceptions, take stupid sacks. Chargers offensive line got to step up. The receivers got to step up. I think Ravens have a coaching advantage. You know, Lynn's been fairly impressive this year. I think James, Bosa, and Ingram all have to make a big impact, get a sack, and maybe a turnover. That's one of the things for the Chargers is turnovers really need to really do those things. They cannot let the Ravens get to an early start. If they get to an early start, they're going to lose this game because the Ravens going to eat that clock alive and never give the ball back to the Chargers. So they got to get on the Ravens early. If Ravens get down about 10 points, I don't think they're winning this game. And other key for the Ravens is turnovers, get pressure on Phil Rivers, shut down Keenan Allen to make the receivers beat you. Make sure Melvin Gordon or Eckler, whoever is the running back for this game, have a big impact. I want to see how Henry finally plays. I would be shocked if he has a major impact, but if he can at least get a couple catches and be a decoy, then I think he have an impact. He hasn't played this season, despite what Stephen A. Smith says. This is going to be his first game. He's a really good tight end, so he's going to add a different dimension. But I got the Chargers win this one. I think they're going to be able to shut down the Ravens just enough because they played them already. So really close game, less than 5 points in my eyes. And if Ravens get on them early, they're going to eat that clock and win this game. But I think the Chargers are going to take this one and move on.
I think Stephen A. will be watching VR games. Yeah, he's out there. He's watching virtual reality football games. I'm actually picking the Ravens in this one. They beat them in their first matchup, and they proved that they can get pressure on Philip Rivers. And fortunately, Philip Rivers is not a mobile quarterback, so it's going to be rough if the Ravens can have the same formula and get to his grill. It's going to be a rough day for Philip Rivers. If you've been watching our show, I've been saying all year, I would love to see the Chargers and Philip Rivers get him at least make it to a Super Bowl, let alone win it. But I don't know, man. I just feel like these Ravens have the edge just a little bit more. And like I said, they showed it in their regular season matchup. And if, like I said, if the same things happen, yeah, then they're going to win this game. If they can get, like I said, if they get in his face, pressure him, get to him, it's going to be a rough day. Phil Rivers threw some stupid interceptions in that game because of the Ravens' pressure. Because of that Ravens' pressure. And like I said, more of the same thing happens. It's going to be rough. Flip side of it, the Ravens' offense, if they can keep doing what they're doing, which is run the ball and be very effective with it, then, yeah, it's going to be a long day for the Chargers. The lighter half of the season, the Chargers' defense hasn't looked as good as they did in the beginning of the year, so that's also kind of the other reason why I'm just a little shaky on the Chargers defense because they just kind of slowed down this latter half. And if they don't put the pedal to the metal in this game, I think they're definitely going to take an L in this one. I think it's going to be a lot better of a contest in this game than it was their regular season matchup because there are, of course, more better implications in this one. You know, you can go make it to the further in the playoffs and possibly Super Bowl. So I think this is going to be a lot closer of a game, but I just see more of the same thing happen in this game than the last, which is Ravens is just going to be a little too much for that offensive line, and they're going to get to Philip Rivers. And like I said, Philip Rivers ain't fast enough to get out of that pocket and run away, so he's going to have a rough day, I believe. Keys to victory if they do want to win, they got to run the ball like ASAP. And I think Melvin Gordon's healthy now, I believe. I'm not positive. Yeah, I'm not positive on that. If he's not, then that's trouble. Because even if Austin Eckler is their running back, he's had an amazing season, but he's just not a power back or anything. He's more of a get out of space and catch a receiver as well. So they got to have Melvin Gordon. If they don't have Melvin Gordon, it's going to be a long day. I just don't think if they rely. I think if they rely on the passing game, it's just not going to work for them.
We don't know. It doesn't say. But
Okay.
anyway, if he doesn't play, then someone else needs to step up.
Yeah.
If he does play, he needs to step up.
Right. But yeah, I think, like I said, that Ravens defense is just going to be too much, and I think Ravens is just going to pound that rock and tire out that defense and get this W. I think the Ravens could win by a touchdown or so. But yeah, man, I just don't see. I think this is going to be a rough day on them Chargers.
All right, that's all I got to say.
That'll do it for me. Please comment, like, subscribe. Of course, love to hear you guys' thoughts and opinions. We'll see you on the next one.